Hey everyone, welcome to 5 on Fry with me, Ajay Fry. On this episode, we're leaking both documents and trailers, spelling epically and geeking out gorgeously with our Canadian Cosplay Cutie. Let's get it started. Okay, we're starting somewhere serious. Panama! So this past Monday, a team of international journalists, including the Toronto Star and CBC, released details from secret documents from a Panamanian law firm that specializes in hiding large sums of money in tax havens. I know this is kind of heady, dry stuff, so to keep you amused. Basically, this leak reveals how rich people and organizations have scammed the system, evaded paying taxes, and cost the general law-abiding public hundreds of billions of dollars each year. More than 100 newspapers and TV stations in 76 countries around the world, with 376 investigative journalists, spent more than a year analyzing these documents, which is incredibly impressive considering that most investigative journalism is all about getting the big scoop. This time, everyone worked together because, well, everyone's been getting screwed. The document contains the passport information of 350 Canadians, 12 current or former world leaders, and according to the ICIJ, one of the companies implicated may have given the Syrian government fuel and the means to bomb and kill their own people. Iceland's prime minister has already resigned following massive protests in that country. Vladimir Putin, David Cameron, and even Jackie Chan have been implicated, and when I say Jackie Chan, yes, I mean this Jackie Chan. So now one of my childhood heroes is connected to people like Muammar Gaddafi and Bashir al-Assad. Now there's a buddy comedy movie nobody wants to see. Protests are continuing across Europe, and for the first time ever, Canada has actually fined a bank $1.1 million for ignoring suspicious transactions. So far, Canada hasn't named the bank receiving the fine, but they have released the names of people facing smaller fines. Prime Minister Trudeau claims he has given the Canada Revenue Agency extra tools to better address this kind of tax evasion. But Mr. Trudeau, if you were sincere with your campaign promises for transparency, I'm thinking this might be a good place to start. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out over the next few weeks and months, but enough of the heavy stuff. Let's move on. This next topic is brought to us by Taryn, a friend of mine and former Canadian Cosplay Cutie, who suggested that I talk about board games, considering that I have a huge collection of them. Let's begin with Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Duel at Mount Skullfire. As you might have guessed, it's about casting spells and not spelling words. Essentially, you play as a wizard, and your objective is to try to kill all of the other players or wizards at the table, and if you're the last wizard standing, you win! Every wizard starts with 25 health, and on your turn, you try to assemble the best spell that you can out of the cards that are in your hand, and the fun of the game is that the spell names are hilarious things like Pew and Pew's Boulderific Death Wish. Spells can be up to 3 cards long, but the shorter the spell, the sooner you get to cast your spell, so therein lies a bit of the strategy of the game. There are added elements like treasures and buffs and wild magic, and there's already an expansion pack, Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Rumble at Castle Tentakill. And of course, the most fun part of the game is that when you cast your spell, you need to, announce it in a wizardly voice, whatever that means to you. But I can't recommend enough Epic Spell Wars. You can probably play it at a local board game cafe if you want before you buy your own copy. Well, of course, I'm going to talk about the Star Wars Rogue One trailer. I don't have anything written for this. I'm just going to tell you what I really feel, and I feel super excited about this one. It really feels like it's putting the wars in Star Wars. And I'm really excited because unlike Episode 7, with this film, it's really an entirely new cast. I'm not concerned about what they're gonna do with Han Solo and Princess Leia or Chewie and everyone else. It's just like, who are these people? What is this world going to be like? I know that the story is about how they managed to get the plans for the Death Star, but it feels entirely new yet familiar, and that actually has me excited. I feel less concerned about being let down or disappointed with this one, especially with Gareth Edwards behind the camera. His first film, Monsters, was just phenomenal, so I'm so excited to see what he has to do with this film, and I am not on the side of the people out there who are upset about the fact that this is another Star Wars film with a female lead. You do recognize that it's still incredibly outnumbered Star Wars films featuring female leads. And men, if you're upset about there being some female leads in the realm of Star Wars, you still have like all of superhero films, Indiana Jones and the Jason Bourne franchise and Taken, and like there's still so many male leads in cinema, including 2 in this next film. And this next film has a film for AJ written all over it, which I realize after saying sounds kind of weird when it is about one man stranded on an island who finds another man's dead body and then he proceeds to use it as, a prop for his own enjoyment. Maybe it doesn't have AJ film written all over it. Hopefully not. But anyway, the film is called Swiss Army Man. It stars Daniel Radcliffe, I'm sensing a bit of a wizard theme in this episode, and Paul Dano, who is particularly excellent in the film Love and Mercy. It was a biopic about Brian Wilson, the mastermind behind the Beach Boys. And I'm especially excited about this flick as it seems quirky and unlike anything else that I've seen before. I mean, yeah, you could say it's a bit of a mashup of Weekend at Bernie's and Castaway, but it seems like it's going to be so much more than that, and I've been in the mood for some hilarious physical slapstick comedy, so it's nice to see a trailer where that seems to be embraced and put front and center. Alright, one more topic to go, and it's our Canadian Cosplay Cutie. So I first met this episode's CCC, it's Canadian Cosplay Cutie for short, at Fan Expo some years ago as we were both nervously awaiting Stan Lee. We were going to interview him, separately. But suffice to say, she's delightful, and she has done a number of cosplays, and not only that, she teaches you the finer arts of cosplay on her YouTube channel, and guess what? She recently became a Much Music creator like myself. So welcome to the team, Carly, and if you like her cosplays, well, go check out more of her stuff on her channel. That's it for this week's episode of 5 on Fry, unless there was something important I should mention. Oh, I know. How about a happy 60th birthday to the king of Canadian sci-fi, my good friend and space producer, Mark Asquith. He's honestly taught me so much about working in the business and how to do it while smiling and laughing through it all. Thanks so much for everything, Mark. Happy birthday to you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Follow me on the socials. Find links to all of the stories in the description down below, and we'll see you in the future.